Hey lovely friends, it's Alora. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to do a really quick video on the books that I'm hoping to read in the month of August. So my August TBR is going to start with finishing the 5th season by N.K. Jemisin. I'm about halfway through, a little more than halfway through right now, and really enjoying it. This is a story where the Earth itself is a main character. Very regularly throughout the history of the people in this world, the Earth basically has these cataclysmic disasters where everything is leveled, society has to kind of rebuild itself from the ground up all over again. Another interesting aspect to this story is that it is told from multiple perspectives, one of which is told in a second person point of view, which is just so rare and so unique. So I'm very much so enjoying this and definitely want to finish this at the start of the month. The next book that I want to get through is Spinster, Making a Life of One's Own by Kate Bollock. This is a nonfiction book written by a 40-year-old female journalist who essentially chose her career over having a family, and she's looking at the statistics and looking at the history of women as spinsters, women who are unmarried and choose to remain so throughout their lives. I just think this will be an interesting social commentary, and I definitely like her writing style as she's a journalist and has a very distinctive voice. The third book that I want to get to is a continuation of a series that I have been reading. So the book is The Hero of Ages, which is the third Mistborn novel by Brandon Sanderson. I have read the last few over the course of the past few months, and these books take me a long time to get through. Even though it's small because it's a mass market, there are a lot of pages and the words are really tiny and it's high fantasy. The story is so incredibly intricate that it just takes a bit of brain power to get through. But I'm very much so looking forward to getting to this. If you're unaware, the first Mistborn book takes place in the world where essentially the bad guy slash evil won, and he has been ruling over this world for over 1,000 years. One of the main selling points of Mistborn is the magic system, which is very unique and involves the consumption of metals, which give certain characters different abilities. Brandon Sanderson also has some spin-off series and books in the same world, so if I choose to after this one, I can continue on. The next book that I want to get to in August is another one that I've started already, and that is Spring Fling, which is Tin House Volume 20 number 3. Tin House is a Portland literary journal publication. As such, it contains lots of different types of stories. There are essays, there are poems. Things like this are a little bit harder for me to get through. On the one hand, they're very satisfying because I like finishing things, and you can kind of finish little chunks all the time because, you know, you read a 10-page story and then you're done. You read a 3-page poem and then you're done. So you get that satisfaction of finishing something, but at the same time, there are a lot of things in here that I don't enjoy. You know, a lot of people's writing styles that I don't connect with, a lot of essays that I may be uninterested in, and so it's just a little bit more challenging to get through it. But I definitely want to get through it because I know that occasionally I'll find a gem, something that really piques my curiosity, sparks my interest, and leads me to discovering more from that particular writer. The 5th book that I want to get to this month is The Dream Thieves by Maggie Stiefvater. I have been a fan of Maggie Stiefvater for quite a while, but I haven't actually read all of her books, and I started reading The Raven Cycle last year, really enjoyed it, immediately bought the second one, but never ended up picking up Story of my life. Anyway, it's fine, I'd like to get to it now though. This is a story of a girl named Blue whose whole family is a family of psychics, but she herself is not a psychic, and this is the tale of her friendship with a group of boys, the Raven Boys, who are in search of a missing ley line from a long dead Welsh king. Very unique premise, very good writing. I just love how easy it is to fly through Maggie Stiefvater's work. She makes it so enjoyable to read the story. She has one of those writing styles where you kind of forget that you are reading written words and you're just immersed in the storytelling. The final book that I want to share with you for this August TBR is The City of Brass by S.A. Chakraborty. This is actually a book that I got about 3/4 of the way through last year and then aborted mission. I don't know what happened. At the time, I think that I was bored with it, but I definitely want to give it another go because I am very interested in mythology and in different cultures and learning more about the mythology of various peoples. This is an Egyptian-based fantasy novel that follows a main character who, at the beginning of the story, encounters a genie and is whisked away to this world of djinn or genie warriors. There are a lot of court politics, and perhaps part of the reason why I stopped reading it was that I was a little bit confused. Maybe it's because the time that I was reading this last year was a time when I was reading a lot of thick fantasy back to back, and so maybe I just burned out on fantasy, but I definitely feel like it deserves another shot, and I'm kind of in the mood for it right now. That's where we're at with that. So I'm hoping to read more than just these 6 books in the month of August, but this is definitely a good start. Let me know down below if you have any recommendations for me. Are there any books that you think I should read? I'm going to be making very soon a video on all of my TBR books, so you'll be able to see all of the books that I currently have in my possession that I have yet to read. It's around 190. A little bit excessive, I know. Anyway, I hope that you are having a lovely day or night wherever you are, and until next time, I'm sending you love.